Hello once again, this is Puzzle Breakdown, and today we're going to take a quick look at the GAN 356 Magnetic Lite Cube. This is the first magnetic cube that we're going to feature on this channel. What makes this very much separate from your standard Rubik's Cube is that, one, it's not as tight. It's very loose. It also comes with, as you can very well see there, a magnet. So these are all magnetized. You'll see how strong the magnets are when we take this thing apart, as soon as I put this back together the way it's supposed to be. Just give me a moment. Once again, not a speed cuber, so this isn't going to go fast. This is going to take the time that it takes for me to solve it. But I don't like the idea of taking it apart unsolved, which is kind of silly. It doesn't really matter because the only important step is to put it back together solved. Once again, we're going to go over this, but if it's put together unsolved, you are unlikely to get the outcome that you want. There's a greater likelihood that it's going to be forever unsolvable if it's put together scrambled. You have, what, a 10% chance of putting it back together correctly? Those are bad odds. Would not like to do that at all. So we will just focus on putting this back together appropriately after we take it apart and after I solve it. But it is very satisfying to play around with, I'll tell you what. Nice. I already have the yellow cross on top. Nope. Nope. Yes. Okay. Now we just gotta make sure that the no pieces on. Alright, now that that's put back together the way it's supposed to be, well, solved, we're going to take off the little GAN logo right here, revealing this plastic spring housing. What we are going to do is very subtle, but we just need to twist this so that it's actually going to pop out. Oh, hold on. Well, I've twisted it so that I'll show you. As you can see here, there's these units right here. And, you know, the magnets are powerful enough to keep everything together, like layer by layer. If you pull it apart like this, it's almost like it's a little treasure chest top. But as you can see, it'll be noticeable very much in just a second. So those little hooks, those extension pieces out there, help hold this thing in place when you have it set. This little spring housing unit is all encapsulated. I could open this up and show you more, but I think this shows just what it is, the way it is. Here's our centerpiece from the top. That's where the GAN logo sits. Okay, the magnets aren't that powerful, mind you. They're powerful enough to hold everything together, but not structurally powerful enough to put tension on those middle pieces. And keep everything together. So I couldn't... That's how weak the magnets are, but they're strong enough to hold pieces together. The magnets are all polarized. The corner pieces will only connect to side pieces. I can't take another corner piece and jam them together. They will push against each other. It is not going to, no matter how much I force it, it, you know, does as magnet does when you put the same poles against each other. It will just keep repelling. It will just repel. But, like I said before, the side pieces, they will attach to all sides. All the faces are clipped in. I'm not going to disassemble it any more than that. Okay. Well, let's take a look at just the core itself. Without all these pieces. So, very light tension. Unlike the Rubik's Cube, which had a very, very springy core, there's very little give to this. The core is clear plastic. Looks nice. Oh, don't tell me it popped out. It did. Well, I wanted to see what the core looked like without the pieces, but it's not necessary. You got to take a look at this the way it is when it's taken apart. So, why don't we put this back together now? I meant to do that. I will say this. This is way easier to put back together after taking it apart than your standard Rubik's Cube. Okay, and then once you put it back together, be sure to twist this so that those little arms that stick out in the core, the clear part of the core, at this end, hook onto this blue piece, okay? It's very important, or else it's going to pop off the next time somebody's going to do something and make it super loose, okay? And voila, that is the GAN 256 Magnetic Lite. Once again, it's all back to working order. And this time, I'm just going to leave off with this thing being scrambled. I've already proven that I can solve it, so why not do that? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Why don't you go down and leave a comment? I enjoy a suggestion or two. And if you want more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. With that, I'll say you're a beautiful audience and that you should go enjoy your day.